Hey guys, Julian here from synthwavepro.com. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. So in this tutorial, we'll create an effects rack for ethereal vocals. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can later reference this tutorial because we are going to be covering quite a bit. Also, if you wish to support the channel, then please check out some of the links in the description.
Now, without further ado, let's get started.
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. So basically in this tutorial, we'll be adding some vocals to our productions. Not so much traditional vocals with lyrics and, narratives and all that. Basically ambient vocals. You'll hear this in quite a few synthwave tracks. Sometimes you'll hear producers will chop up the vocals, or they'll have something a little more ethereal. Okay, that's what we have going on here. Let me play it without the vocal track for the first pass, and as of the second pass, I will engage the vocals. Let's get started. So sort of a chill wave, nice little summer vibe. I figured, keep things light for the summer. All right, so before getting into the vocal effects here, let's examine what are we trying to do here. So basically, the vocals are pretty much mimicking the last note of our melody, right? So this is what the melody sounds like. And those long sustained notes are basically being doubled with our vocal. It just sort of highlights the main melody, okay? So let's take a look at the effects rack for this vocal. First things first, let's disable it and listen to what it sounds like without any processing. Pretty straightforward vocal. I like to insert the sample into a sampler, Ableton sampler as opposed to the simpler. You have a few more controls, and we have the pitch here basically ramping up the sample, right? So if you want to accomplish this, head over to the pitch here and you can start adjusting the amount. Sort of gives you that major laser effect here. I have mine set to about -3 semitones. So there's a slight ramping up of the pitch as we play the sample, okay? Now let's take a look at the vocal effect. If you guys want to hop on and, copy this chain, you're welcome to do so. Let's engage it and let me disable all these other plugins and we'll go through each and every single one of these guys. All right, so the basic one, the EQ, taming out some of those subs and those higher frequencies. Let's do some A-Bing here real quickly. And with the EQ, we're darkening it and getting rid of some harshness. All right. The second effect here in the chain would be the Valhalla Shimmer. Really love this reverb. I like how it makes everything sound so chill. All right, so this is what it sounds like when it's active. Setting it in a nice space. This long church or cave. Let me just dip out some of these lows here. Cool, really love this guy. Use him all the time. The next one would be the OTT, and what we're doing here is basically pulling up some of those higher frequencies with the reverb so we can get that nice sheen at the top. Without and with. All right. Next plugin is the Auto Pan, and we're simply allowing our signal to shift a little to the left and to the right. All right, pretty straightforward. And finally, we have the utility plugin here. We have two controls that we should pay attention to. That would be the width here. And so we are narrowing out that stereo field. It's a little too wide. So we have the width set to about 79 or 80%. And then finally, we are writing the fader because this sample lasts quite a bit, especially with the Valhalla reverb here. And the OTT is just adding a ton of sustain. So we're coming in here and we're mitigating the length of that sample and essentially silencing it as our melody is playing, right? So we don't want the sample to just play on forever while our melody is playing, so we want to sort of control that, right? I talk a lot about this in the masterclass. Some of you already know this stuff. The vocal gets quieter. Let's play this with the utility disabled. All right, so our reverb tail from the vocal is just way too long, and so we are using this gain control to quiet it down a bit. All right, so let's play the whole thing in context without the vocal. All right, easy peasy. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for hanging out and consider subscribing and liking the video. And if you've been here since the very beginning, I really appreciate your continued support. That being said, stay safe and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.